Thank you. Joining us today, we're going to talk about the Claymation project we did, which was a few months ago, so try and put our minds back over there. But I think all of you guys worked pretty hard on the one you've developed, right? And hopefully it was a little fun, yeah? So why don't you go around, introduce yourself real quick.
I'm Dahlia Lynn, and I worked on a Claymation.
I'm Christian J.
I'm Neftali Velasquez, and I worked on a Claymation because it was cool.
That's how Neftali ends every sentence.
Because it was cool.
Because it was cool. Because I'm cool. All right. So I'm Nick Justice, your teacher. Clay Studio came in with their program called Claymation. That they were here for, I think they did like 10 sessions, right? So we had a long time to work on it, and then we edited afterwards. So we'll just go around in circle. What was your favorite thing you made during the Claymation thing? I know they all kind of grew together, but there's a favorite scene that you worked on or something.
My favorite part was probably making my actual main character and all his different scenes for him, and so I had to make a bunch of different ones, but it was a lot of fun putting the bandages on him, and especially the scene where I animated him taking it off and stuff. It was a lot of fun stopping and going just to see it at the end and how smooth it was when him ripping it off and stuff.
I think my favorite part was, my main character was a green alien, so my favorite part was making it and giving it abs, because who doesn't like green aliens with abs?
My favorite part was making the donut, the OF donut, Odd Future donut. It felt awesome. It felt awesome because I made the Odd Future donut.
You know what, if we rewind a little bit, we should go and just hear a little bit of what you created. What was your story through that? What was the final film like? What was it about?
Oh, I'm going first again?
Yeah.
Okay. So my film was about a creepypasta. It was Jeff the Killer, and it was his origin story about how he became a killer and why he looks the way he does. So it involved a lot of screaming, crying, dramatics. I animated his body burning, and then he had to go to the hospital. That's where the bandage scene comes in, and then the ending where you see him become who he is, which is Jeff the Killer.
Mine was not as cinematic at all. Mine was a little Pokemon battle with a green alien and a random guy. So, yeah, I just kept it simple and funny.
Mine was about a biography, a story of the artist Tyler, the Creator, and his journey throughout the years. It was cool. Why do I say that at the end of every sentence? It's just
you don't know how to end a thought. You just gotta say it's
That's cool.
That's fine.
That was
It's
cool.
your signature. All right. So what made you guys choose that one? Because it's kind of a long time to work on it, right? We worked on it for a while.
It was the first project we worked on where we could include our own storyline and do whatever we wanted to with it. So I'm a big fan of horror and all that, so whenever I get a chance I always do it. And I think I really chose it because I knew it would be the most interesting to me, and I knew I'd be involved with it the whole time because of all the things I wanted to do with it and all the animation bits that I wanted to include in the story.
I think I picked it because, my goal was to make it as goofy as possible, have somebody laugh at it, not have somebody I just like people laughing, keep them smiling, keep them entertained.
My goal was to the reason I made it was because Tyler, the Creator, has been a huge inspiration for me and a ton of other people on this planet, and I just had to dedicate a whole animation to him because it's the least I can do in return, because he just shaped how do I say this? huge inspiration. Huge inspiration.
Absolutely. So during the process where we had Claymobile in here, what were moments that stuck out to you where you're either creating it or animating it that you're like, oh, I think this might work?
Like what? Like what do you mean this might work?
Oh, I don't know, right? You started with a ball of clay.
Oh, well, my more like this might work moment was like the stairs scene that I had to do with them like running up the stairs and stuff. I think originally I wanted to do it vertically, so everything like standing up and stuff. But obviously, I don't know why I thought I could do that because it's clay and it's not going to stand on its own. But so I had to improvise by doing it like flat on the table, and it messed up my characters a little bit, and that's like what I was trying to avoid. But it worked out a lot better than me doing it vertically and everything like constantly falling down and stuff.
My moment was like, just once I finished making the characters and I started like actually animating them, I was like, this isn't that hard. So I was like, yeah, a little, not very much of a, well, actually there were a little bit of challenges, but you know.
What was it?
I remember the biggest challenge was I wanted to like make a little bolt of lightning go across the screen at one point. And I didn't know how to get it on there. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do it. I don't want to like put it on the table and push it a little bit. And I wanted it to be vertical, so I had it hanging by a piece of tape and like a green paper, and I like pushed it across the screen slowly. So
Nice.
My moment was in the last 3 shots. The last 3 shots showed him like Tyler in the next 3 years, like the albums that he dropped. I had to, instead of sculpting my character out, I just put the clay like flat on the table and just smeared it out. Because I was in such a rush, and class was about to end in like 5 minutes or so, and yeah, I had a heart attack. That's a little dramatic, but yeah, it was scary.
Sounds cool.
Jesus.
All right. What's something that you learned about yourself during the Claymobile?
I definitely learned that it's a new possibility of my job life because it was a lot of fun, and it reminds me of kind of like sculpting, and I take a lot of joy in sculpting. I think about it a lot, and I like want to sculpt a bunch of different things. So, but it's definitely like I see a lot more of what I'm able to do and how I'm able to distribute it out of my head, and that I'm actually able to do it, and that it was a lot easier to like change everything around whenever I wanted to, and to just mold everything that it was still changing, like everything still changed, and it was all just changing all the time, like my storyline and how I wanted everything to go. And I learned that like it's okay to not go with your first plan. Like honestly, my outcome was a lot better than what I was first planning out, so I'm happy about that.
I think what I learned about myself during that time was what I wanted to express creatively. You know, because that was like Dahlia said earlier, that was the first project where we had our own storyline and we could do whatever we wanted with it. So I found what I wanted to do creatively, how to express myself and show like my different personalities or whatever in the scope of a story and make it work.
Same thing Christian said, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I put a lot of myself into the project. I put a lot of myself in, and I know the story was about someone else, but it just felt I sprinkled a little bit of myself, and that felt fundamental to me, to always put yourself in any project you make, even if it's for someone else. Really.
I mean, you made it work. Like you won second place prize with that. For
Yeah.
It was cool.
That project and most of our projects are pretty collaborative. So is there anything you learned about your team or classmates or teammates?
I'm not gonna lie, most of it was me. I did do most of like the sculpting and animation with it, but my team didn't just not do anything. They were more inspiration, and they gave me a lot of different ideas that I could bounce off of, because they have a lot of different ways of thinking and how they wanted the story to play along. And of course, I wanted to involve their opinions and how they wanted it to play along. So it was, like I said, like I changed it a lot. I changed the story around a lot because of their different ideas that inspired me, especially with the scene of like them running up the stairs, I'm pretty sure. I had to improvise because I could not sculpt the bully for like the life of me, and so I just made him like basically like a black shadow character, since he didn't really mean much. And I'm pretty sure one of my friends gave me that idea because she was sculpting him and she couldn't do it, so I was just like, it's fine, just play it out like that. And it still worked out fine, since like I said, he wasn't an important character, so he didn't need any details or sculpting work.
I don't think I could say I learned much about anybody except for, we all had a little bit to put in it, even people that weren't even working on my project with me. So, it's like a team building thing. We all became friends through it. That was the first project we had. And so everybody got closer through it. So, yeah, always hearing other people's thoughts brings you closer to them.
I did all of the project by myself, most of it because Abram gave me one of the characters that he made for his project, the DB Cooper project, and it was nice to see him say, hey, here you go, you want to use my little clay character, and I was like, yeah, sure, and that felt pretty cool. That felt nice. It felt like how do you call that? What do you call that? When
Like he cared, like he put into the project.
Yeah, care is a beautiful thing. Care is a beautiful thing, and I'm glad that Abram has that
Quality.
That characteristic.
Okay. All right, this one will bounce around, so we'll go this way.
All right.
All right. So during the process of either animating or editing, what made you feel proud of yourself during it?
Seeing the end result made me proud of myself. Seeing how all of the clips managed to be in this one whole 5 to 7 minute video. It was nice. It was nice to see. So much of this project was so satisfying to see. It was amazing.
Yeah. See, I didn't really finish that project. I started working on another project midway through, so I didn't get to finish it. So I didn't get that proud moment. But I think just like working on it, like I can do this. I am in the process of doing this. This is easy, and I've got all these people who are also doing it with me. That's something I'm proud of.
I'm proud of the whole thing. I was proud of myself during like the entire thing. How it played out, considering how much I am into horror, and how I really, while making it PG and making it like still watchable, I was definitely proud, like Neftali said, like of my end result in general, like how everything came to be, how I learned a lot from it with the graphics that I used and the green screen that I used, so it could look more like a house without having to mold anymore or do more hard work than I had to. I definitely would say like the sound effects were one of my favorite parts, but it was just all around, like I was just really proud of myself, especially for the character building. I love my little character that I made. I still have a little picture of him, but I was just proud of the whole thing and how I executed it, and that I was really in a rush, like in the end too, like you said. Like I finished it right at the last minute of class, and I'm still just like it's something else that I learned about myself, that I can depend on myself more than I think I can.
Awesome. Yeah. So what did you learn about working with clay or claymation?
What did I learn about working with clay and claymation? patience is definitely a factor.
my
Patience,
God.
yeah.
Yes.
How many times, I don't remember how many times I got my hand in a picture or
Yo,
something like
Oh my
that.
God. Yes.
It was horrible. But patience, yes. That, I
Yeah.
agree completely.
Yeah, that's one. That's one. Dolly, what about you?
Oh, besides patience, it's like it's a really big thing because it's crazy how many times like I had to like delete all these like slides and I'm like no, and like the amount of times I even forgot to like really take a picture and like I'm still moving everything and I'm thinking like I'm capturing everything and then like it's still stuck at like 3 minutes ago and I'm like, oh, okay, no, that's fine. But I love how, like I said, how I could always change my idea during it because it's clay, so it can always, mold into different things and all that. So I just like the possibility of change in it and how, yeah, that and patience. It's just a really big thing for it. But I'm totally down, and it's really calming, honestly, just working with clay and like just really putting out what your mind is creating actively.
All right. What did you learn through the process about yourself as an artist?
What did I learn about? Say it again.
What did you learn about yourself as an artist?
I learned that I'm pretty versatile. Like I thought I was just good at just drawing 2D animations, some scribbles on the side of my worksheets in class. I thought I was just good at scribbling and drawing, but I was proven wrong. They proved me wrong, man.
Who's they? I think
You proved yourself wrong.
Yeah, I proved myself wrong.
And you did something pretty cool in the
I
process.
did something
Hell yeah.
amazing.
Now, also, we kind of mentioned it, but you actually also won an award for this, right?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. How'd that feel?
It felt like something. It felt like something that I thought I was gonna get like something like 4th or like 5th place. I thought.
I
they wouldn't-
disagree. You did not deserve 4th. That was like, I watched it a couple times. That was actually a really good film.
Thank you, man.
It was.
Thank you. I appreciate it, both of you guys. Here, your turn.
Learned about myself as an artist. Besides what I said earlier about like finding my creative niche, I learned that I learned that I could work in a timely manner because I finished early with all of the clips that I got, unlike you guys. But
Oh,
you guys
okay.
did better than I did though, so I didn't finish the whole thing. But I could I have the work ethic to get through something that fast and also still put out some quality.
Myself. Besides the fact that I can work with clay, unlike what I thought, I don't know, I'd just mess it up or something. Like Neftali said, I normally did like 2D drawings and I draw a lot like on my iPad and stuff, and I really only stayed within that range besides when I came here and I started like taking pictures and editing and stuff. But it was definitely something that like gave me more confidence as an artist, that I can jump into things, and the fact that that was my first time, and it's not, if I had more, time, of course it'll be better, but I think for my first time doing claymation and only having so much time to do it, I think I did like an amazing job, especially for my first time. So to be able to do it and have the opportunity and learn that I'm very much capable of a lot more things than I think or that I'm comfortable with, it's a nice feeling.
Yeah. Did you guys consider yourself artists before? I assume because in like a creative class. I don't know if you guys consider yourself artists though.
I think I consider myself like a musical artist because I have been doing music for maybe like 3 years or so. So I thought I was okay at that, but I never thought that I was good at something outside of that field. But some of it actually kind of translate into making films and stuff like that. So, I didn't think I was an artist before that, but that definitely changed my mind and opened my mind to new ideas and such.
I never knew I was. I never knew that. Wait, hold on. Restate it. Restate it again.
So-
Restate it. No, say it again.
Do you and did you consider yourself an artist before?
I did not consider myself as a claymation artist. No, I consider myself an artist, like drawing, painting from time to time. But I never ever considered myself as a claymation artist ever in my life.
All right, cool. So is there anything else you guys want to say about it, or experience overall?
I think it was an eye-opening experience, and it has changed my mind about the things that I could do and allowed me to do better things.
You're just saying stuff, and then I don't have anything to say because then you said it,
that's-
so there's no point in saying it.
Building on it.
But I would definitely do it again. Like, I've definitely thought more about possibly, like, literally sculpting, like, a sculpture and stuff, and buying the materials and getting more comfortable around clay and not minding that it gets all under my nails. But it's definitely an eye-opening experience that I can, like I said, do a lot more than what I think I'm capable of.
Same thing with these two said. Same thing with these two said.
You gonna add anything, Neff? Something about being cool?
Because we're all, like, so cool. We might as well.
You might as well, Neff. Go on, just say it one time for the one time.
That claymation was cool.
Very, very.
So, last one. Any advice you give to somebody else working on, could be claymation or just any kind of project of that sort of nature?
Oh. Like Neftali said it earlier, sprinkle yourself in it. If it doesn't matter what it's about or what it is, if you put a little bit of yourself in it, people are going to recognize that, and they're going to understand that you have the creative lens and the work ethic to make something cool, but also at the same time portray your message and put yourself into it, which is probably one of the hardest things I've found in this field so far.
Especially finding, like, a consistent way to show you that you did it, like, in the way directors do it with certain cuts that they're really known for, like panning a certain way or a wide angle, or maybe like turning it upside down or something during movies. It's definitely, though, things that you have to be careful of. It's like you really have to have patience and more practice than anything. Considering we didn't get any practice like that, besides maybe the first day of molding and playing with the clay, practice would definitely be a bigger part of it, because you'll get easily frustrated, which means you'll lose the patience and you'll lose the motivation to finish it. So it's just a really long line of things that could happen that you want to possibly avoid at every cost, because you want to have the best outcome of something that you made and something that you want to show to other people to prove that you can do this and that you have the power to do this.
One thing I'd like to say is put your mind, grind, and time into it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Short and simple. Short and
don't,
simple. Yeah.
don't get scared that you think you can't do something, because we all, like, you've heard us say this many times, like in this interview, that we all felt like we couldn't do something like that, and we went ahead and did it. So that's I think the biggest thing you should take out of this.
Yeah, these things that we're saying could be like put up on a wall or something, like a little frame.
We're so inspirational. The only thing you should be scared of is my claymation. It's the only thing you should be scared of. And my future movies that are going to be coming out.
I'll watch them.
Thank you.
All right. I think that was awesome. So much. Again, credit to you guys for doing this. This is hard, but also like making that your claymation projects and all the projects since then. Admire it. Right? It's hard. It's definitely hard, and especially I think
Fun.
at the high school level, you kind of aren't used to like bumping into like the work you did yesterday, right? You like kind of do a worksheet and you never see it again.
Yeah.
But then if you like shoot or animate something and you're like, I wish I did. You're like, well, you're stuck, right? If you take a day off, you're like, oh man, that one hurts me later.
Yeah.
So yeah, awesome. You guys continue to work. I'm excited to see what we do in the future years.
Oh, I'm gonna have some stuff when I come back from summer vacation. I don't know about you guys.
Oh my God, I already got some stuff.
I might have some things in store.
Oh gosh. Any teasers I get?
Y'all are gonna be terrified when I come back.
More superhero stuff, but also maybe
Can I
something.
be a character?
Of course.
Thank you.
Actually, we should get you an episode, but maybe something a little bit deeper. Maybe we could do a movie,
Yes.
Oh,
a
yeah.
full-length movie.
Oh yeah.
I've been wanting to do that since like the claymation, but he's fought me against it because he didn't want anything longer than
You gotta
3
build some
minutes.
skills. You gotta build some skills, right? You guys are so much better now than you were last year.
Yeah.
You're like capable now, right? Right. Any previews for what you're cooking up? Any previews for what you're cooking up, or just?
You gonna be working
Something
with Tyler,
cool.
the creator?
Something cool.
Something. I'm not gonna say something cool.
Something amazing.
Something amazing.
Something with the neff, the spice.
Something that I'm proud to put my name upon.
Yes.
There
Yes.
you go. There you go.
Oh yeah, awesome. All right, so we can cut cameras. Thank you, camera team. Appreciate y'all.
I don't know. I kind of like hearing my voice.